It started with a letdown in game one after blowing a 2-goal lead, and then a response badly needed in game two to split the series in one. And now in game three, for the first time in a year, playoff hockey has returned to TD Garden. Welcome to the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mike Walsh, and tonight, game three between the Buffalo Sabres and your Boston Bruins. Finally, the series shifts to Causeway Street at TD Garden, where an army of black and gold nut jobs will look to cheer on the Bruins to a 2-1 series lead. Welcome everyone into another live stream here on the Game Time Boys YouTube channel. I'm your host Mike Walsh, and I thank you for joining me on a Thursday night for some more playoff hockey. In case you haven't been paying attention to this series, it has gotten physical, it has gotten nasty, and it is just tough. And now we're taking a look at the light show and just a TD Garden that is buzzing. And tonight, the fan banner captain that will get everybody going is none other than Patriots Hall of Famer and legend, former guard Logan Mankins, waving the flag and getting everybody fired up. It is a thrill to have playoff hockey back in Boston. And I am also thrilled to have all of you guys here with us on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here. Again, if you are able, leave some comments in the chat, like the live stream, comment on it as best you can, and share it as best you can. We did gain a subscriber since our last live stream. We were at 56. We are trying to get to 60 by the end of April, and if we can do that, we are well on our way to our goal of 100 by the end of 2026. And tonight, a rare occasion, Bruins broadcast, we got a 3-man booth on Nesson. Judd Surratt, your play-by-play, of course, Andy Brickley, and the former Bruins goaltender, Andrew Raycroft, coming in the booth tonight for the game. So now you guys won't hear him because, of course, you are watching us here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. So it is absolutely awesome that you guys have been keeping up with this. It's been awesome getting to know you guys and getting to watch some awesome playoff hockey. A quick note, no changes for the Bruins. Third straight game with the same lineup. A couple of changes for the Buffalo Sabres, but the most prominent one, Alex Lyon, the former Florida Panther, will be getting the start in net, replacing Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who had a nightmarish game two, including letting in a soft goal from center ice. So Lindy Ruff will be changing his goaltenders and going with Lyon. And I want to double check something because, like I said, he was on Florida. The question is, I want to see if he was on the right Florida. No. So Alex Lyon was on the Florida Panthers, but he then was moved right after their first Cup final run where they lost to Vegas. He was not on the back-to-back Cup winning team, so he is looking for his first Stanley Cup, but has a lot of playoff experience, something that Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen doesn't really have much of. Meanwhile, for the Bruins, no lineup changes at all. Same lineup, same goaltender. Marco Sturm feels that it wasn't broke, and it really wasn't broke even after game one. Felt his team had played well. They just got away from their game at the end. But he felt that this was the best lineup he could have, and they proved him right in game two. So I will be with you guys. Well, again, thank you guys for joining us here. And looks like about a 7-10 probably puck drop. So we'll hope for a much quicker game than we got in game 2, as that one was rough and tough, up and down, and a little bit slow to get going. So as best we can, we will stick with you guys a little bit longer and hopefully for the entirety of the game. And by the way, I did look this up. The reason why Buffalo was singing the Canadian and American national anthem was because of how close Buffalo is to the Canadian border. I don't believe that the Bruins will be doing the same thing. Now, by the way, this must be something new to the playoffs. The light show as the Bruins come out of the tunnel, that is a sick addition to the atmosphere at TD Garden. Which reminds me, I will be right back. So I had to get save this for over a year. I was very fortunate to get tickets last year to a playoff game, my very first playoff game that I went to for the Bruins. I'd only been to one other playoff game ever. It was Celtics game 2 against Indiana in 2019. Unfortunately, that was the Kyrie Irving year, so we don't really try to talk about that as much as we can. But I went to, now here's the other thing. The problem was I went to the second round, Bruins Panthers game 4. Unfortunately, that was the game the Bruins blew a 2-0 lead as well, and went down 3-1 in the series. They would win game 5 and ultimately lose game 6. But I did keep my rally towel. So I'll be waving it as best I can. And no, this is not me auditioning to be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. This is just me showing off. And yes, so it's 2024. Last time Bruins were in the playoffs. Todd Angley at the moment singing the national anthem. So a little fun fact, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on stream, but one of the Bruins games I did go to, and shout out to my best friend Emily, who's a massive Bruins fan, and we've gone to plenty of hockey games together. We went to Rene Rancourt, the former anthem singers. We went to his last game singing the national anthem for the Boston Bruins. So got to see that was absolutely crazy. And getting to hear him and getting to see him do some fist bumps one time. And Todd Angley has been a good replacement. Not only the fact that he does that, but he also is a bartender at TD Garden. And I remember this. I don't know if it was announced beforehand or what it was, but Todd Angley did come and do an anthem at a UMass Lowell games, and so did Rene Rancourt. So every time they came, there was some energy palpable going on. All right. And Todd's finished with his national anthem. Lights are on, and we are almost set to get underway here for Bruins playoff hockey. Before puck drop, I have a special shout out. And I hope they are watching. And if not, I know somebody will send this to them. I want to wish my grandmother, my grandfather, my nana, my nanu, Renke Di Fiore, a very happy 60th wedding anniversary. 60 years together. Really the heads of our family. 60 years to get together. You don't really see a lot of that nowadays in modern marriages, and they are an old school love story. So appreciate you guys. Happy anniversary. Enjoy your day. And hopefully you're like many other people listening to myself for some playoff hockey. All right. Teams are ready. Fans are ready. Officials are ready. Players are ready. Face off over the spoked B at center ice. And the puck is dropped, and we are underway at TD Garden for some more playoff hockey. This puck in the Bruins zone. Nikita Zadorov will flip it out to center, and Rasmus Dahlin will send it right back in. Puck rimmed all the way around. And Andrew Peeke will look to set a breakout. Cross corner. Peake's going to flip it out into center. Pastrnak got it over for Geeky. Tried to get over to Lindholm, but it took a deflection. And now Buffalo's just going to send it all the way down. And no icing here as Peeke got beat out for it. Victor Arvidsson coming off a 2-goal game in Game 2 to help the Bruins for a 4-2 victory in that one. So can that line stay hot? And can you get some contributions from your kid line, the third line of Hagens, Hostadinov, and Mitten, and get contributions from your fourth line that has played well, just hasn't had much to show for it, as a big hit by Charlie McAvoy just drops a Sabre in the defensive zone. Tage Thompson tried to get over to Bo Byram. Now a shot from the point. Glove by Swayman. Puck is loose. And McAvoy steered it away. Zacha is going to chip it up. And Victor Arvidsson is going to help it along. Bruins need to change. Byram trying to catch him in that change. Shot goes on the backboards. Mitten tries to get up. Helped along by Hagens. This one won't come out to center. Now into the Buffalo zone. Puck chipped up the wall. Now into the middle, and Hampus Lindholm will pick it up. Lindholm goes D to Mason Lohrei. Lohrei up the wall. This one tipped in by Hustadinov. Lyon comes out to play it, leaves it there. Minton trying to dig the puck, rims it back around. Kid Lyon getting in on the forecheck, but now here comes Timmins. Goes across to Benson. Benson cross corner. Hampus Lindholm has it. He's going to reverse it to Mason Lohrei. Lohrei stops up, but turns it over. And here comes Benson. Going to take it around the net. Lohrei able to save his own bacon and steal it off the puck. Hagens in the middle for Corrali. Tips it along. Now this one's sent around the boards. And this one picked up by Melanson. Caved in by Zadorov. Corrali trying to come over. Now here comes Mark Kaslik with some speed. He's going to chase it after it. Got 3 Sabres in a wall. He's going to finish his check on Dahlin. And I'm sure that gets a rise out of the TD Garden crowd. Greenway knocked off the puck by Tanner Jeannot. Jeannot shrugs off a check off of Samuelson. Plays a nice pass on his knee, but no, unable to keep it in on the blue line was Peeke. Swayman comes out of there. He's going to leave it for Peeke. Only 1 shot on goal so far from Buffalo. Stopped by Swayman. This one sent in cross corner. Pastrnak fakes a shot, takes a shot. I don't know if it got to Lyon. Now that one comes right through the crease by Lindholm. And here come the Sabres back the other way. Potential 3-on-2. Broken up by McAvoy for a moment. Kept it at the blue line. It's going to be sent back behind the net. Backhand feed out in front, but Elias Lindholm able to get a stick on it. Now Pastrnak tried to get over for Geeky. Geeky hit off the skates of Jonathan Aspero. Now Charlie McAvoy's going to pick it up. Forwards in the midst of a change. Up the middle for Middlestat. Tried to find Zacha cutting through. This one kept in by Arvidsson. Arvidsson in the middle for Zacha. Fanned on the shot. Saved by Lyon. Zacha didn't really get much on it. Middlestat Down low for Arvidsson. Backhand. That one sails over the net. Zadorov in on the pinch. Zacha chips it up to the point for Middlestat. Middlestat trying to find a lane. I think it goes wide. Might have gotten deflected. Now Stanley's going to send it into the middle. Can Middlestat get there? He pokes it off a stick. Now he's going to try to chase in after it, but the Sabres are going to regroup. Up to Tage Thompson. Cuts to the middle. Swings one out in front. Took a deflection. Lindholm, Hampus that is, knocked it off just for a moment. Sabres keep it in. Hampus Lindholm trying to get to a puck. So we're going to be rimmed around. Now up to the point to Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin, drop pass. Pass across. Shot saved by Swayman. Puck is loose underneath Hampus Lindholm. And Mason Lohrei gets knocked off the puck. Bruins kind of scrambling. Now this puck gets sent all the way down. Lyon out to play it. Can get up to Dahlin. Dahlin over for Samuelsson. Samuelsson going to rim it around. Aspero over to get it. Back from McAvoy. Eludes him. Jeannot tried to chip it along. Now Aspero's going to pick it up. Chips it up the wall. Can Castlick get there? Puck stuck in his skates. Now Corrali trying to get it. No, it's going to come back up to the point. Shot. Goes wide to Swayman. Now this one chipped into the Buffalo zone. Mark Castlick going to beat out the icing. Try to backhand one out in front. But now this one picked up by Owen Power. He's going to leave it for Samuelsson. 3-2 shots on goal. Sabres and Bruins both changing. McLeod over for Zucker. That one goes wide of Swayman's net. Pasternak's going to pick it up. Going to go indirect off the wall to Geekie. Geekie let it go through his skates. Now Zucker. Able to find a teammate. As the Sabres come into the zone, Swayman is going to cover it and hold on with 13:21 or 13:31 left in the first period. 7 minutes gone already. We got our first media timeout. No score here at TD Garden. I want to welcome you guys all joining us. Mike Walsh here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Bruins Sabres Game 3. Quick start to this one already. And if you guys have not done so yet, well, maybe preferably I would wait until this game is done. But I did do a live stream to Game 2. Only did about maybe 40 or 45, maybe 50 minutes or so of that one. But if you want to go and check that out, you're more than welcome to do so. But I would, if you would prefer it, why don't you stay here for Game 3? Yes, yes. I honestly, so for those of you who don't know, the Bruins Foundation did a wonderful raffle to see if someone could get sweet tickets for this game, games 3 and 4. I did not win that, so I am streaming here with you guys. But also, I got a new car today. Newest owner of a nice army green Jeep Wrangler hybrid. So I got a big son of a gun sitting in the driveway right now. And it's my first car that I've officially bought. I've been leasing most of them. But also my first hybrid. So to not hear something click when you turn on the car, it's a little weird. But, you know, it's a big car. Great people who sold it to me. So happy with it. And it's going to make road trips much, much more fun and interesting. 13:31 if you're just joining us. No score here. Bruins with 3 high danger chances. The Sabres with 1 so far. On a very entertaining opening couple minutes. Now a shot from the point. Stuck on the back apron of the net. Coming out of there with it is Alex Tuck. Tuck up for Byram. Byram to Thompson. Thompson with a shot. That one got blocked. I think it was McAvoy. And he's going to head off. Lyon comes out of his net to play it. Pasternak lays a hit. Now, Sabres trying to enter the zone. Now, Hampus Lindholm will glove one down. Mason Lohrei up the wall. Morgan Geekie is going to send it in. This one hit off the stanchion. And now Tage Thompson's going to pick it up. I will let you guys know it is probably likely that either I or yourself might be a little bit ahead of the live stream. So just letting you guys know ahead of time, I will be reacting live to what I see. If it's ahead or behind, I do apologize, but we welcome all kinds of people. That one goes out of play. Did it hit the glass? I don't think it did. This one might have gone straight out. I think the Bruins might be heading to the penalty kill. It is going to be a delay of game. It's going to be Hampus Lindholm. So, Sabres with the first power play of the night. It's going to come on a delay of game penalty. So Minton, Hustadinov, McAvoy, and Zadorov. The penalty killers for the Bruins. The Bruins trying to get this face off. McAvoy trying to get there. Hustadinov off the wall. Zadorov going to try to send it down, and he does. Good work there from the penalty killers. Lyon going to leave it for Dahlin. Dahlin going to try to get into the zone. That one looked offside, and it was. So, this one will come out of the zone with 1:42 left on the power play. Taking a look at Lindy Ruff. He's had 2 tours of duties with the Buffalo Sabres. And somehow he comes back, and within the next couple of years, he has him back in the playoffs. So we'll come back into the Sabres zone. Dahlin will pick it up. Dahlin going to drop it back. Here come the Sabres into the attacking zone. This one will get rimmed all the way around to Zucker. This one goes behind the net. Now Zucker gets it back up top for Dahlin. Going to swing it over to Quinn. Quinn, back up top for Dahlin. Back over for Quinn. Shot, saved by Swayman. And he's got it. With 11:31 left and 105 on the power play. That one got tipped by Zucker, and Swayman was just trying to hold the pad. Puck was available, and finally stuck it to him. Good flexibility by the former Maine Black Bear. Finally had to reach for it and grab it. Face-off will be to his left. Shots are 4-2 Buffalo. Corrali's going to win the face-off. Peak trying to win a board battle. Trying to pin it against the glass. Astro over there also. This one gets sent back up and over to Dahlin. Back for Quinn. Quinn into the middle for Tage Thompson. Turns and fires, and that one whistles wide. Dahlin a slap shot. Deflected. Now Zucker in the middle looking for Thompson. Hit off his skate. Dahlin will pick it up with 40 seconds left on the power play. This one comes across to Quinn. Quinn walks down low for Zucker. Up top for Dahlin. It goes right past them into the Sabres zone. Lion will come out to play it. 20 seconds left on the power play. Here comes Bo Byram. Drop feed here. Here comes McLeod. Now in the middle for a shot. Glove saved by Swayman, and it'll hold with 8 seconds left on the power play and 10:34 left in the period. Nice entry by the Sabres and a shot there from Josh Doan. Kind of ramped off the stick of Elias Lindholm, and Swayman had it in the glove with ease. Shot 6-2. 10:34 left in the first. 8 seconds left on the power play. On what I am sure is a raucous TD Garden. Face-off controlled by the Bruins, and Aspro will send it down the river. And that will kill off the power play. So the Bruins penalty kill 1-for-1 on the night. Sabres power play 0-for-1. Now McLeod into the zone. Lorei trying to pick it up, put it behind the net. That's Peak in there. Puck stuck behind the net. Now Zacha over to get it. Gets up to Middlestad, sending the middle where nobody was. And now the Sabres will regroup with Owen Power. Power's just going to go backwards with it as his team's in the middle of a change. Finds a streaking man coming through the middle of the ice. It's Greenway. Peak. Throw it up and then laid a big check behind the net. This one comes out to the point, and we're going to get a stoppage with 9:30 left. And I think the Bruins are going to have their first power play opportunity. At least I thought they were. I could be misreading that. Either way, 9:30 left in the first period. No score at TD Garden. I believe some people thought there was going to be a commercial break. There isn't. So we'll have a face-off in the Bruins zone. Oh, the net was off this morning. It's okay. Face off to the right of Swayman. This one's going to be sent down. Hits are 11-7 in favor of the Sabres. This one into the Bruins zone. Hampus Lindholm back for it. Chips it up the wall to Pasternak. Pasternak tried to get it into the zone. Couldn't do so. He's going to go back to Lindholm. Lindholm fires it to Lindholm. Over for Pasternak. Trying to deke through a maze of bodies, and he's able to draw a penalty. Bruins going to go on the power play. Up top for McAvoy. Over for Geekie. Across for Lindholm. Over to McAvoy. One-timer off the glove of Lyon. Now Elias Lindholm. Across for Zacha. What a save by Lyon. Zacha gets it back. Extra attacker on for the Bruins. Hampus Lindholm. Over for Pasternak. One-timer. Lyon gloves that with ease. With 8:36 left in the first period. And the Bruins are going to head to the power play. Alex Lyon with his best save of the night so far on a one-timer from Pavel Zacha. I don't know who the penalty's on. Wait to see what they have, but now we're going to take that commercial break. 0-0, 8:36 left on the first period. This is Bruins Playoff Hockey. Mike Walsh here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Let's see if I can check something because Bruins had some mixed match defense pairs. And I want to see if that was because somebody wasn't there. Yeah, it looks like Nikita Zadorov went down the tunnel. So the Bruins are out without one of their defensemen. So hopefully that's just a tough, stinger, and he can get back out. But Bruins will head to the power play. I did not catch the player, so we'll just add this to it. As Adam Pellerin interviewing former Bruin and former Stanley Cup champion Chris Kelly, one of the assistant coaches. So, number 21 for the Sabres, Timmins. Look back to that one timer. Connor Timmins, it is. But I don't know if that was a save by Lyon or if it hit the side of the net. It might have been both. Bruins win the faceoff. Pasternak kind of fumbled on it. Backhands one over to McAvoy. Zacha in the middle for Geeky, save by Lyon. And the Sabres will clear. Swayman will leave it. Pasternak. Back for Geeky. Or for Lindholm. Bouncing puck could corral it. And the Sabres might have a 2-on-0 if they can get it. McLeod. No, couldn't get it. Nice job getting back by Elias Lindholm. Geeky. Up the boards. Lindholm trying to poke it past a Sabre. But is unable to do it. Bruins power play just all out of whack right now. Now Zacha. Going to dump it for Pasternak. Pasternak across for Geeky. Going to reverse it back for McAvoy. Down for Pasternak. Across for Lindholm. Centered. Lyon stopped that one as well. What a save with the pad. Now Melanson going one against the world with McAvoy. Some tired power play people out there for the Bruins. Now they'll get off for the second unit. Alex Lyon playing his best right now. Arvidsson. Over for Middlestat. Back for Arvidsson. Pass across the shot. Oh, and Hagen's fanned on it. Oh, the kid had a chance. This is a floater, and this one's going to go out of play, but it's deflected. With 6:51 left and 16 seconds on the power play. Oh, my God. So shot, Lyon with the glove save there on Morgan Geeky. And then Pasternak, a brilliant pass to Lindholm, then across to Zacha. That's how they scored the third goal, and Lyon stuck out the pad. Unbelievable. Shot 6-6, 6:51 left in the first. Bruins win the faceoff. Lohrei over for Lindholm. Down low for Arvidsson. Arvidsson going to try to walk it, but it was poked off his stick. And the Sabres will dump it in the zone. That should kill off the rest of the penalty. Some heck of a handful of chances for the Bruins on that play. Now Tanner Jeannot picks it up. Tried to deke in the middle, but couldn't do so. Mason Lohrei. Going to try to backhand one in deep, but couldn't get it past Samuelson. Now here comes the Sabres. Potential 3-on-2. That one takes a deflection, and Swayman's going to cover. With 6:13 left. And some more extracurriculars. This series has got some heat on it. And Bruins are going to go right back to the power play, as Krebs is going to go for a rough. He threw a shot at Mark Kastelik. And Lindy Ruff is not happy about that one. So, Bruins power play that had some chances in that first one. Can they convert on this one? Face-off won by Buffalo, though, and this one's going to be sent up. McAvoy tried to keep it in, but he couldn't do so. Now here comes McLeod, 2-on-2. Try to get around Morgan Geekie, got it through, and Swayman with a stop. Lindholm back for Zacha. Zacha over for Pasternak. Pasternak fired it across. Geekie had to take it on his backhand, couldn't get the one-timer. McAvoy fanned on shot but kept it in. Pasternak trying to make some room. Puts it on. I don't know if that got to line or if it just hopped off the stick of Elias Lindholm. Sabres will clear. McAvoy gonna drop it over for Zacha. Lindholm over for Pasternak. Sent into the middle. Geekie couldn't handle it. Now a shot on high by the Sabres, saved by Swayman. Bruins will change out the power play unit. Hampus Lindholm drops it back. Picked up by Fraser Minton. He'll send it in deep and chase after it. This one gets rimmed around. Pasternak keeps it in. Lindholm gets it back. Pasternak shot, was looking for the middle stat tip and he couldn't get it. Hampus Lindholm. Pasternak shot. That one deflected up and into the protective netting. With 22 seconds left on the power play and 4:34 left in the period. Just underneath the stick of Middlestat. Samuelson's going to pick it up, and this one deflects out of play. So 18 seconds on the power play and 4:30 left in the period. Faceoff will be to the right of Lyon. And it's won by the Sabres and cleared all the way down. One last rush for the Bruins. Here comes Victor Arvidsson. Gains the zone. Sends it over for Lohrei. Lohrei going to rim it around. Middlestat going to try to get there. Penalty has expired. Arvidsson back for Lindholm. Over for Lohrei. And he broke a stick on a one-timer. Now, Arvidsson lets a shot go. Hampus Lindholm with a shot from the point. That one deflects up and into the netting with 3:56 left in the period. And we are back to 5-on-5. They will get a timeout. Still no score. TD Garden, Bruins Sabres Game 3. Mike Walsh here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. And good news, apparently for everybody, Nikita Zadorov back on the bench. Which is the one guy you can't lose because of his physical presence. And that's why a lot of people have the Bruins as a sleeper pick, because they have a physical presence on this team that they have not had in previous years. And I'll just flat out say that. I think the problem with Zadorov last year is they signed him as a number one defenseman on a top pair, and that's just not him. But you put him on a second or a third pair defense and say, hey, can he just be defensive and the offense can come when it can? He's perfect for that role. Same thing for Elias Lindholm, who came up, was signed also last year, was injured basically the entire year, didn't really play up to his potential, and now this year had a real bounce back. And I'll tell you, that fourth line of Janot, Kaslik, and Corrali have been excellent. They're due for a goal, and so is that kid line of Minton, Hustadinov, and James Higgins. And it's just an absolute luxury that the Bruins have had. That honestly, I can't remember a playoff series where the Bruins haven't made changes to the lineup after at least each game, if not 2 games. The fact that they've kept the same lineup for all 3 games so far is a luxury they haven't had in a while. Back underway here is Zadorov back on the ice. Going to send it down low for Minton. Hustadinov picks it up. Tried to get it forward, but it's poked off his stick. Now here come the Sabres back the other way with some speed. Zucker. Send it into the middle, but fanning on the one-timer are the Sabres. And now we got a delayed penalty. This one coming up against the Bruins. With 30-31 left. And Nikita Zadorov, welcome back to the game. You're head to the box. It's going to be a trip. See if I can find this. Yeah, no, yeah. Second replay showed it. So Sabres win the draw. Rasmus Dahlin picks it up. Moves it over for Quinn. Quinn at the faceoff circle, puts it on net. Swayman holds the post. Now Tage Thompson over to get it. Back up top for Dahlin. Over for Quinn. Back to Dahlin. Over for Tage Thompson. One-timer, and he breaks a stick. It's a yard sale right now at TD Garden. Everyone's trying to get to a loose puck. Go behind the net to Zucker. As Thompson back with fresh lumber. Takes it to the faceoff circle. Back up top for Dahlin. Over for Quinn. Couldn't handle the puck cleanly, but gets it back. Quinn. Dahlin. Wrist shot. Pad save Swayman, and Corrali's going to send it down. Coming up on a minute left on the power play. 2:30 left in the period. Dahlin. Zucker at the faceoff circle. Goes over for Thompson. Thompson for Tuck. Back to Thompson. Back for Tuck. They play catch. Up top for Dahlin. Heads over for Quinn. Actually, no one knows. It's McLeod. Now Zucker. McLeod. Zucker. Try to sneak it short side. Swayman holds the post. This one up the wall. Elias Lindholm. Tried to get it out, but kind of got handcuffed, and the Sabres keep it in. Thompson. Wrist shot. Blockered away by Swayman. Hustadinov will clear. And that probably will kill off the penalty. Picking it up is Power. And Zadorov out of the box. Greenway. Centered it down front. And now Zadorov's going to pick it up. He's going to send it in. Jeannot, Minton. Takes a hit. Now Greenway comes out of there for Buffalo. Lindholm is looking for Pasternak. Now Greenway's going to pick it up, working one-on-one against McAvoy, and Jeannot with a stick check that breaks his. We have lumber all over the ice at TD Garden. Under a minute left. Middlestat finds Zacha. Tried to send it across. It hit a couple of Sabres sticks. Zacha going to try to win a puck battle. Pete couldn't keep it in. And coming up the other way with his Josh Doan. 35 seconds left. Middlestat trying to get some help from Mason Lohrei. He'll go into a battle with his fellow number 6 Benson. Lohrei up the wall. Pasternak helps it along. Dahlin trips right over the smoked B. Sabres get back in quickly. That one hit the skates of Peak. Up top for Dahlin. Across. Samuelsson. Shot. Puck is loose and Swayman's got it. With 8.6 left. Shots 14-9 in favor of the Sabres. Samuelsson almost snuck it underneath the blocker. Swayman looked behind for a sec, but had it right in front of him. Tage Thompson broke his stick on a one-timer on the power play, and then Zucker tried to sneak one short side. And Thompson again, and Swayman got that one with the blocker. Faceoff will be to Swayman's right. Again, 8.6 left. Sabres win the faceoff. Never mind, they got to do it again. For God's sakes, I hate... Just drop the puck. You have one job. Faceoff won by the Sabres. Samuelsson, cross for Dahlin. Down low. Backhand into the middle. Now a shot on, never got to Swayman, and we will end the first period with no score. Alex Lyon, Jeremy Swayman, the goaltenders, are the stories right now. 0-0 headed to the first intermission at TD Garden. This is Bruins Playoff Hockey. And I want to welcome you, Mike Walsh, here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. While we have a moment, we are going to head to Fenway Park, Red Sox and Yankees. Red Sox up 2-1 top of the 7th, but bases loaded for the Yankees with one out. Man, talk about a team needing a win in the worst way. There's maybe one other team that needed to win more than the Red Sox, and that was the Mets, who finally snapped their 12-game losing streak. So again, bases loaded, top 7. 2-0 count to Austin Wells. And it's 3-0. And we got a lefty Colomb on the mound. I have no idea who this guy is. His 3-0 pitch right at the top of the zone. If you are just joining us, I want to welcome you guys into the Game Time Voice YouTube channel's live stream of Bruins Playoff Hockey. First intermission right now at TD Garden. No score between the Sabres and the Bruins. We are checking in on the Red Sox-Yankees game. Top 7 right now. 2-1 Red Sox lead, but bases loaded for Aaron Boone's Yankees. A 3-2 pitch from Colomb, and he struck out Wells. So 2 down. Alex Gore is going to head to the bullpen. With 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the 7th. With Cody Bellinger coming up. And if you are just joining us, shots are 14-9 in favor of the Sabres right now in that period. But both goaltenders have had to be brilliant. Alex Lyon has played big so far tonight for the Sabres, getting the start in place of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who had a tough game 2. And he has stepped up. I'm going to step aside for just a sec, but don't go anywhere, folks. This is Bruins Playoff Hockey right here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. All right. Back live here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. First intermission. Bruins, Sabres, Game 3. Series tied at 1 game apiece. No score between the two teams. And right now, during first intermission, we are heading over and checking in at Fenway Park. Yankees have the bases loaded with 2 outs, top of the 7th. Greg Weissart against Cody Bellinger. First pitch is a ball. Cody's 1 for 3 against Weissart in his career. Pitch hitting for him. Now count 2-0. Weissart's 2-0 right there for strike 1. Fourth pitch of the at-bat from Weissart. That one's going to get down for a base hit, and 2 runs are going to score. And the Yankees have taken a 3-2 lead. God, this Red Sox team stinks. So we are going to shut them off, and we're going to head back to TD Garden. I'll take another look at. He did get across. There was a one-timer. Bruins had the extra skater on a delayed penalty, and Zacha got a one-timer, and somehow Lyon got a shoulder on it. All right. So I'm going to put. Yeah, no. Keep it right here. Keep it right here. I'm going to put a poll up in the chat for you guys. And I want you guys to give me your answer. It's a very simple one. So the poll is this. Which team will score the first goal tonight? So, which team will score the first goal tonight? Not which team's going to win, just which team will score the first goal. Will it be the Bruins or will it be the Sabres? So, let me know in the chat. Also, if you have voted, if you want, so we've had 22 people so far here tonight. I want to thank everybody who has joined us. We have 2 main viewers watching right now. Put in the chat. This is not a poll. I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Put it in the chat. Who will be the Bruins? If it is the Bruins, who will it be the Bruins goal scorer? Who is your pick for Bruins first goal scorer? So let us know. By the way, I was also, for those of you who didn't know, I stepped away for a sec. 1, because I had to get tissue. 2, because I got to make sure I stay hydrated. And 3, I bought a brand new Jeep Wrangler today. It's a hybrid, and it is currently charging in my driveway. And I wanted to see if it was completely charged, and I looked it up. A Jeep Wrangler hybrid battery takes about 12 to 14 hours to charge. So I plugged it in around 4 o'clock, so we're only 4 hours in. So this will probably have to charge into the next morning. Got some votes from Morgan Geeky. Hey, after the goalie scored in game 2, why not just shoot it from the parking lot? Morgan Geeky. If I'm Morgan Geeky, I'm just shooting it as soon as I get it. I would really, really like, as far as first goal scorers go, I would really, really like one of the kids to get it. Anybody from that Minton Stadionov Hagens line. Because I know they haven't had a chance to put many points up, but they have played well regardless. And at some point, they're going to get their due. It's also a packed sports night as we have the NFL draft starting. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I saw some other people saying it. There is not a lot of star power in this year's draft. This is not like previous drafts where, you have some major stars in the first few picks. I think maybe, for the Heisman Trophy winner, Fernando Mendoza, probably going to go first overall to the Vegas Raiders. Then other than that, not really a whole lot. I will say the draft being in Pittsburgh is a fun little nugget. NFL's gone back to their roots they were in Green Bay last year and Pittsburgh this year. Yes, Fernando Mendoza, national champion and Heisman Trophy winner from the Indiana Hoosiers. The fact that I just said in 2026, an Indiana Hoosier quarterback won the Heisman Trophy and the national championship, that's interesting. Now, I will say this. I did not get a chance to... I don't think I got a chance. So, my dad and I did stop by in Pittsburgh. Actually, I know my dad's been to Pittsburgh a couple times. I've been once. We went to a Pirates game. Um, and I don't think I've ever toured Heinz Field where the Steelers play. But I will tell you this, Pittsburgh is genuinely one of the most underrated cities in the United States. It's like a lot of cities where it has some rough areas, but more often than not, it's it's beauty. It's genuinely a very awesome city. And the fact that they're hosting a draft is long overdue. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, we got our poll. Who will score the first goal tonight? Will it be the Buffalo Sabres or will it be the Boston Bruins? And who will take the 2-1 series lead heading to game 4 on Sunday? All right, thank you. My dad is in the chat, and we did not get a chance to look at Heinz. But I will tell a funny story. I want to say it was around April. Might have been March, but it was around this time frame. The reason why we were in Pittsburgh was I was touring colleges out in Ohio. And we drove to Pittsburgh and then flew out of Pittsburgh, I believe. And we ended up going to a Pirates game. And it was this time of year, so it was still cold at night. It was like 50, might have even dropped down to like 40 degrees or something. We had to get, winter hats. We had to bundle up. It was absolutely freezing. I think we stuck around until like the 5th, maybe. And then we had to go back to the hotel because we were just freezing our butts off. So we ended up going to bed. Or it was either we went to bed and then woke up the next day and saw it, or we might have been in our hotel room as it was happening, but when we left, it was like cloudy, but it was also partly sunny. And then when we got back to the hotel and then we saw the highlights the next morning, at some point, it started snowing. So it was a awesome, weird sort of experience. Yeah, it did snow. It was absolutely crazy. All right, team's back on the bench. Taking a look as 20 minutes down, 40 to go at TD Garden. Shots on goal in that period, 14-9 in favor of the Sabres, but the Bruins definitely had some danger chances. Alex Lyon came up big for Buffalo. Pavel Zacha leading all players with 4 shots on goal in that period. But like I said, shots on goal 14-9, but high danger chances. Bruins up 5-4. But here's the thing. Sabres had 4 chances on the rush. Bruins had no chances on the rush. We have a icing 9 seconds into the period. Now they've actually taken a shot off the board, so it's now 13-9. Face-off controlled in the Bruins zone by the Sabres over to Samuelsson. He'll backhand a pass down low. It's going to come all the way around. Pastrnak going to try to help it out of the zone, and he does. Morgan Geekie has it. Geekie puts a move on. Backhands one in the middle, looking for Elias Lindholm. Going to connect, and this one will be chipped out into the neutral zone. Pastrnak going to float a backhand over to Geekie. Send it over. He was looking for Zacha. This one chips in the zone. Nikita Zadorov left the game for a little bit, but came back with a little time left in the first period and is now back on the ice. Rasmus Dahlin picks it up. Gonna float one in. Zadorov takes a big hit from Tage Thompson, but able to move the puck up to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson gives it up to Middlestat. Middlestat tried to get a shot through, but there were like 3 Sabres in front of him. This one gets chipped into the Bruin zone. Andrew Peeke going to go into the corner with it with Krebs. Zacha over to provide support. Set one out in the middle, but Middlestat was there. Arvidsson poked off the puck. This one gets up to Middlestat. Middlestat going to try a backhand on Lyon. Gets a shoulder save, and it comes out the other side. But a good back check there from Middlestat to come back and get the puck. So Hustadinov wins a battle. Now Hampus Lindholm has it. Going to move it over to Peeke. Back for Lindholm. Lindholm going to skate it in, or try to skate it in. Couldn't get it out of the red line. Hagens wins a nice puck battle. Hustadinov couldn't get it in deep. Hustadinov going to try to chase after the puck. Hagens back for Hustadinov. Gets upended, but it's from his own doing. Hagens tried to get a shot through, but never did get through. Hagen's going to pin up Benson in front of the Bruins bench. And the Sabres will control. Bo Byram basically stopped up at his own blue line. As teams are in the midst of a change. So here comes Timmins. Timmins going to skate back with it. Now Timmins going to give it over to Benson. Going to knife through the Bruins defense and then backhand a dump in. As Mason Lohrei goes crashing into the boards on a big hit, but able to get right back up. Hampus Lindholm going to backhand one in deep, and Bruins will get a full change. Timmins up the boards, but Jonathan Aspero has it. Fires a nice pass over to Mark Kaslik. Kaslik going to go in against Stanley. Going to finish his check there. McAvoy Now Corral going to send it in. Lyon going to help it along. This one pick up by Timmins. Off the boards, McAvoy has it. Nice turn. Get up to Jeannot. Jeannot lets a shot go, and he scores! 84 on the board. Tanner Jeannot gives the Bruins a 1-0 lead. 16:34 left. What a play by the fourth line, and TD Garden is buzzing. What a turn by McAvoy in his own zone to get it up to Jeannot. And then Jeannot got some help from Kaslik, and he sniped it short blocker side on Lyon. Big Selly as well. The first career playoff goal for Tanner Jeannot. On the 10th shot of the game. But I'm telling you, what a spin turn by McAvoy in his defensive zone to get that pass up. Sabres will fire it in off the faceoff. This one's going to come back around, back behind the net for Zucker, try to get it over, but Zadorov able to get a stick on it. Lindholm going to chip it into the neutral zone. Now McLeod will pick it up. This one gets rimmed around. And 6 aside, they will battle. Actually, 6 people will battle. 3 each side. Now here goes Morgan Geekie. Going to leave it for Pasternak. Pasternak into the middle. Try to sneak 1-5 on Lyon, and they'll cover. 15:47 left. So the 2 people who voted for the poll for the Bruins to score the first goal, you are correct. How can the Bruins do what they did yet last game and keep the pressure on? Not this time, as the Sabres win the faceoff. Tage Thompson will pick it up. Goes right around Casey Middlestat. Thompson lets a shot go, but that one blocked into the protective netting. Tage Thompson, again, won a gold medal for the U.S. men's Olympic team and scored the game-winning goal last summer for the U.S. men's at the World Championships. So he's playing his best hockey right now. Listed at 6'6", 220. Working against his Olympic teammate Charlie McAvoy. Goes around the net, stops up, fires, but right into the smoked bee on the chest of Jeremy Swayman, and he'll hold with 15:24. What do I win for voting on the poll? To be honest, I didn't really have a prize in mind. I will say this, because I know one of the people that voted in the poll, whenever we decide to do Game Time Voice merchandise, they will get the very first bit of merchandise for Game Time Voice. We'll do that. Just reminds me, once I gotta wonder if we can. I gotta start looking into that because I want to do Game Time Voice merch because I got some merch for my birthday. I think it was my birthday. No. It was Christmas. Got a wonderful Game Time Voice t-shirt and hat, which I believe some of you guys have seen on stream before. For my sister and her wonderful fiance, my future brother-in-law, Andrew and Jamie, were very kind to give me some Game Time Voice merch to wear, as well as my aunt, who got me another one, which I don't have ready right now, but it's a very simple thing, and I encourage you guys to do what that t-shirt says and subscribe. We are at 56 subscribers, trying to get to 60 by the end of April. We are back underway as this one in the Bruins zone. Pavel Zacha is going to pick it up, going to get it to James Higgins. Higgins spins away, gets up to Marat Hustadinov. Going to try to win a puck battle here, and he does against Owen Power. Sabres still have it. This one squeaks out in the middle. James Hagan tried to backhand one into the middle for Hustadinov, but couldn't connect. Now here comes the Sabres' potential 3-on-2. Pass in the middle, but nice play by Mason Lohrei. This one will be sent up the boards, but it will come back into the Sabres zone. Bo Byram will pick it up. Going to leave it over for McLeod. Lohrei will rim it around the boards, but it's going to be kept at the point by Rasmus Dahlin. Shot deflected, and Swayman's got it. With 14 minutes even left in the second. Tanner Jeannot has the Bruins up 1-0. And right before that goal, I was wondering about this. So right before that goal, Jeannot finished his check, and one of the Sabres, I did not get a chance to see who it was, grabbed his chin strap and his chin, just kind of mushed him. So he came back, he scored the goal, and then he came past the bench, was given some high fives to his teammates, and then went to the ref and kind of nudged his chin. I was wondering what he was doing that for, and that's because someone kind of wrapped their hand around his chin strap. So the more you know. Now Morgan Geekie within the Bruins zone. Zadorov tried to cut in the middle, and he gets knocked down. And here comes the Sabres, 5-on-2. Shot, and Swayman has it underneath. It's still loose, and now he's got it. 13:31 left. And are the Bruins going to get a penalty out of this? And Zadorov's barking at the ref. I don't know what the penalty would be. Anyway, we're gonna go to commercial. 13:31. Tanner Jeannot gives the Bruins a 1-0 lead, but they might be going on the penalty kill. Mike Walsh here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Zadorov was upset. And I don't know what they could have called on him. Man, Judd Surratt has done a brilliant job taking over for Jack Edwards. He's got such a good voice. I also was laughing because I looked at that clip. Defenseman decked a Sabre after the save? Okay, but that's been going on all series. That's crazy. But I was laughing at that clip because after the goal goes in, oh, it wasn't a defense. It was Geeky. So Morgan Geeky throws a check for the first time and he ends up in the box for it. Samuelson took a. Oh, yep. Nope. Can't really do that, Morgan. Yeah, that's a cross check. So, Sabres will get a power play with 13:31 left in the second. They are 0 for 2 with 5 shots tonight. Puck stuck underneath Fraser Minton. Hampus Lindholm trying to dig it out, gets it up to the point, but kept in by Dahlin. Wrist shot. So he might have got a piece of it with the shoulder. It was deflected in front of him. Who's Tadinov? Trying to control it, but now it comes to Dahlin. Over to Quinn. Shot. Saved by Swayman. That one got knocked out of him. Now pass across, and a diving play there by Minton. Swayman trying to cover, and he's got it. Oh, that was a mad scramble. Let's take a look here. Allen got knocked out of Swayman's glove, and Lindholm and McAvoy went to confront Zucker and didn't realize the puck was still loose. Oh yeah, Swayman has it, and Zucker knocks it out from underneath him. I mean, that's goaltender interference if I've ever seen it. But Bruins were able to rally. Bruins with 7 blocked shots. The Sabres have blocked 5. Bruins are going to win the face-off. Lindholm over to McAvoy. He's going to fire it, hit a stanchion, but now the Bruins will get it down. 12:47 left. Now this one going to be sent right back down by the Bruins. This one into the zone. Sabres can't really get some possession. Under a minute left on the power play. 12:25 left in the period. Dahlin gonna drop it back, and here comes McLeod. McLeod in the zone, knifes through the Bruins penalty kill, gets it up top to Dahlin, back over for McLeod, down low. Now that one got rocketed off a Bruins stick and into the Sabres zone. Lyon gonna stop it there for Dahlin. Dahlin with a backhander. Here comes McLeod. 20 seconds left on the power play. McLeod knives through the middle. Pass in front, just out of the reach of Doan. So he might have nudged it off the post. So that one goes into the Bruins bench. 11:40 left in the period. 10 seconds left on the power play. I will say this, Marco Sturm, his expression doesn't change. Like, it's rare I see him not with a stoic look on his face. And it's not to say he doesn't have personality, trust me. He had personality when he played, and we've seen plenty of him at practice and in, behind the B have, he's got, personality, he's got excitement. It's just when he's behind the bench, he's all business. And this one battle for it, center ice. Pasternak will pick it up. McAvoy. Try to get it to Minton. Got it poked off his stick. And now potential 2-on-1 here for the Sabres. Passes in the middle. And Swayman's got it with his glove. With 11:07 left in the period. Buffalo was ahead 17-11. Nice play there by Swayman. Got the glove in front of Benson's stick. So 11:07 left. Face off to the right of Jeremy Swayman. It's won by the Bruins. Asro is going to pick it up. Thought about rimming around, but had some space. He's going to send it up. That's going to hit off the Bruins stick, and it's going to be icing with 10:57 left in the period. So Fernando Mendoza did go number 1 overall to Vegas. So the team that the GOAT is a part owner in is here come the Bruins 2-on-1. Corrali with Kaslik. Tried to get over to Kaslik, but was too close to the net, so Lyon got a stick on it. Good play by Jeannot to keep it in. Corrali helps it along for Kaslik. Kaslik kind of hit it off the apron of the net. Corrali wins a board battle. Try to spin off of Thompson. He's going to try to get it behind. Kaslik trying to win it off Dahlin, but he gets it up the boards. Kaslik with a nice back check. Middlestat. Send it into the zone. Delayed offsides. Bruins got to tag up. Now, stick shatters, and here comes Arvidsson on the breakaway. Gets dragged down. And it's going to be a penalty shot. So Victor Arvidsson, who had 2 goals in Game 2, will have a penalty shot. It was a delayed offsides, and Samuelsson shattered his stick, tried to kick it to Dahlin. Dahlin dragged down Arvidsson, and the ref pointed at center ice. It's rare you see a penalty shot. Victor Arvidsson will pick up the puck, will skate wide with it, comes in on Lyon, shoot, and Lyon with a save. Mark that one down, folks. Let's see, Arvidsson came with some speed, had a little bit of a window, tried to sneak it under the blocker. Lyon got a piece of it. Face off to the right of Alex Lyon, who has performed very well here tonight after getting the nod over Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Right, Hustadinov will take the face-off against McLeod. Hustadinov was a stalemate, and the Sabres come away with it. Stanley over for Timmins. He'll send it in. Peek back for it. This one's sent into the middle. Fraser Minton sends it up for James Higgins. Gets it up for Hustadinov. Hustadinov's going to send it in. Lyon out to play it. Try to rim it around. Hit the stanchion. Minton going to chip it in further. Higgins trying to get it on the forecheck. Stanley's got to go to McLeod. Now back over for Timmins. Good forecheck here by the kid line. Backhand feed over for Stanley. Now Timmins going to go to the net. Here comes Quinn. Cuts in the middle, puts it wide. Stanley's going to put it back down low. Peak in a battle here with Zucker. Peak comes out of the puck, out there with the puck. This one chipped in the neutral zone. Owen Power gets it up. Here come the Sabres into the attacking zone. Pass in the middle, and a shot and a score. Bo Byram, I believe, will get credit for it, and the Sabres have tied it at 1. And how big does that save by Alex Lyon on Victor Arvidsson look now? Pass came out. Oh, and it ramps off the stick of James Higgins. Oh, man, that's an unlucky break for the kid. So, just over halfway through the game, we are right back to where we started, tied at 1. And Marco Sturm's going to send out the fourth line, and the goal scorer, Tage now is going to go to the penalty box. He's going to go for a high stick. So the complexion of this game has shifted. The Bruins now will go to the penalty kill. Just an absolute change of feeling at TD Garden. Let's see if we can see if there are any other games going on right now. Only one other game so far. Hurricanes up 1-0 on the Senators after 1. They lead that series 2-0. And then tonight, Kings and Avalanche in LA. Avalanche up 2-0 in that series as well. Meanwhile, in the NBA, Hawks up 69-54 to the Knicks. Raptors up 27-19 on the Cavs. Cavs lead that series 2-0. Knicks Hawks tied at 1. And then nightcap, Timberwolves Nuggets. That series is also tied at 1. So if you're just joining us, Tanner Jeannot, towards the end of the first period, got a goal to put the Bruins up 1-0. Now in the second period, Victor Arvidsson had a penalty shot to put him up 2-0, was stopped by Alex Lyon. Bo Byram took a shot, ramped off the stick of James Higgins, and beat Jeremy Swayman to make it 1-1, and now the Bruins on the penalty kill. So the tenor has shifted to the boys in white, blue, and gold. Now that one picked off, and the Bruins might have a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Corrali with Kaslik, saved by Lyon. Off the shot by Kaslik. Hampus Lindholm will backhand one further. Nice play by Kaslik to pick it off. Gonna try to waste some time in front of his own bench. And it was barking at a Sabre as he went off. Now the Sabres come on with a pass over. Tage Thompson has it down low. Up top for down lead. Back for Thompson. Looking for either Quinn or Tuck. Goes up top to Dahlin. Now back for Quinn. Over for Dahlin. Puck's poked off his stick. Thompson gets upended by McAvoy, but nothing doing. And the Bruins will clear with 30 seconds left in the power play and 7:15 left in the second. Bo Byram, the goal scorer, gives it up for Josh Doan. Doan with a drop pass. And here comes McLeod with some speed. Gives it over to Benson. Back up top for Bynum. Oh no, Byram, excuse me. Benson. Drop pass. Byram thinks about it, doesn't. Now we'll get it back for a one-timer. Easily gloved by Jeremy Swayman, and he'll hold with 6:48 left. And 1 second on the penalty. As both teams throughout this game have had opportunities shorthanded. It's an interesting sort of feeling. Special teams is going to play a big factor, not just in this game, for the rest of the series. Bruins win the faceoff. This one get chipped up into the neutral zone, and Jeannot, just out of the box, will send it in deep. Lyon will get it over for Power. Power will skate it up. He'll send it in. This one will come all the way around. Jonathan Aspero trying to get it. Comes up the boards. Morgan Geekie puts it back behind the net. Here comes Charlie McAvoy. Bring it up to the zone. Nice little float pass. No icing here. Nice job by Geekie to beat it out. Now, here come the Sabres trying to come back the other way, and they will. Potential 2-on-1, but a nice back check here by the Bruin forwards. Morgan Geekie's going to regroup in his own zone. And Mason Lohrei will do so behind his net. 5:50 left in the second period. 1-1 your score, TD Garden. Tanner Jeannot for the Bruins and Bo Byram for the Sabres have knotted this game at 1. Now Greenway will come the other way for the Sabres. We'll send it in deep. Peak going to try to rim it around. Dahlin puts it back to the point and will be sent down low. Now Zaka's going to back him one out. Tage Thompson back in his own zone. Gets up to Dahlin. Thompson able to control it with his skates. And he goes down. And nothing doing. And that one came out the other side. Swayman had to move from left to right. Now Thompson up top. Lets a shot go. That one blocked by Zaka. Zadorov's going to send it down. And it's not going to have enough to get to the line. Samuelson back for it. Bruins will get a change. Samuelson up to McLeod. Fraser Minton trying to win a puck battle. McAvoy for Hustadinov. Kind of lost his footing a little bit and couldn't get much on it. Alex Tuck will bring it into the zone. So rimmed behind the net. And McAvoy just staples McLeod to the boards and then to the ground. McAvoy up for Higgins. Try to get up to Minton. And then Higgins got it right on the knee. .409 left. And Higgins will go off. Hopefully not down the tunnel, as it's just a stinger. Can the Bruins find something in this last 409? And more importantly, not give up something in this last 409. They've been outshot in this game, but have had chances. Including, if you're just joining us, a penalty shot for Victor Arvidsson that was saved by Alex Lyon. Well, welcome everybody. Mike Walsh here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I want to thank you for joining us here for Bruins playoff hockey here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. This has been a heated, tough, back and forth series between these two teams, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. And the real story tonight has been Jeremy Swayman and Alex Lyon. They have played great. Really didn't have very many. The goals they did give up, they had no chance on. One was a well-placed shot by Tage. The other one took a deflection off of James Hagen's stick that beat Jeremy Swayman. Now this one in the Bruins zone, backhanded in. Now a centering pass, but nobody there in a white jersey. Kastlik will get it up. So we'll come back into Lions' end. Now here comes Timmins. Going to send it in. Zadorov will pick it up. Try to stretch pass and was able to find Pasternak. Gives it up to Corrali. Corrali going to send it in deep. And now here come the Sabres. Josh Doan going to try to get a fly pattern, but that was knocked out of the air nicely by Zadorov. But I believe he played it with the high stick. Taking a look at the key players so far in the series for the Bruins. Elias Lindholm, a goal, 7 hits, and just over 58% at the faceoff circle. This is the player that they envisioned him being when they signed him as a free agent last offseason. This one dumped into the Bruins zone. Zadorov around for Peak. Pasternak going to tip it up, and this one is going to go for an icing with 2:54 left. So, face-off will come back in the Bruins zone with 2:54. And it'll be to the right of Jeremy Swayman. And Buffalo actually wins a face-off, but a big play there by Morgan Geekie. Thompson almost had a chance. Now this one will squirt out into the neutral zone. Now back in the Sabres zone. So this one picked up by Tage Thompson. Goes across. Now Owen Power keeps it in at the point. The shot never got through, hit the pile in front of Swayman. This one's going to get cleared in on Lyon, so no icing. Can the Bruins get a change? They were able to change out the forward group. Now this one up. Victor Arvidsson's going to try to win a puck battle here with Samuelsson. Arvidsson backhands one to Zacha. Up top for McAvoy. Shot. Saved by Lyon. McLeod in the zone. Stapled to the boards by Zacha. Gets it over for Timmins. Fanned on the pass. Now gets it over to Dahlin. Shot. Blockered up by Swayman high up in the air. This one gets up to the point but not out. McLeod Shot blocked. Now Zucker behind the net. Buffalo's hit the gas pedal to end the period. That one blocked by Arvidsson. Now Zacha. Try to chip it in the middle for Middlestad. Now McLeod's going to turn and send it right back in. Goes past Swayman. Now Aspero will pick it up. 1:10 left in the second period. 21-15 the shots on goal in favor of Buffalo. 1-1 the score. McAvoy for Minton. Tried to get it in but couldn't do so. Aspero will chop it up. This one rides to Dasher. Stanley going to try to get over there for it, and he does. This one picked up by the Sabres, but chipped along. Higgins tried to get over to Hustadinov, but couldn't do it. Now Mason Lohrei is going to pick it up. Tried to find James Higgins, but it will go through. No icing. Minton finishes his check. 30 seconds left. Passes in the middle, broken up by the Bruins. Now Hustadinov's going to float it to center. Now back into the Sabres zone. 15 seconds left. Power. Got knocked down, but this one will get backhanded into the neutral zone. Bo Byram seems content. And we will head to the third. Tied at 1. Shots on goal in that period, 21-15 in favor of the Sabres. And we are set up for an exciting finish at TD Garden. Again, 1-1 your score after 2. This is Bruins Playoff Hockey here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. And we will be right back after this very quick break. All right. Back at second intermission. No score here between the Bruins and the Sabres. See, take a look at what is going on around the playoffs. Still 1-0 between the Hurricanes and the Senators. And over on the hardwood, 78-69, the Hawks lead over the Knicks, and 37-33, the Raptors up on the Cavaliers. Let's see if we can find any of those. Actually, you know what? I believe that Sens Hurricanes game, I believe, is on HBO Max. So I can kind of pull that up. Well, actually, let me see. What do we got? Sabres Bruins. Yep. Hurricanes Sens. So we can kind of keep an eye on this. Yep, so 1-0 Canes Senators. As this is basically what the series has been like. No lead has felt safe, and it's been close, hard hitting throughout. So who's going to step up for the Bruins? Again, I'm happy that the fourth line got some stick and got a goal on. Now it's time for the third line to pick it up. Get Hustadinov, Hagens, and Minton a goal. And the intermission show is pointing out a good point. Alex Lyon, when he came in relief for Ukko-Pekka Lehkonen in game 2, he made a save and then was barking at Jeannot, basically asking him, if you want to go, let's go. So very, very interesting. So all sorts of layers to a bunch of stories in this series. Tough look. That penalty shot by Arvidsson. He did have a lane. Now that you see it on the replay, he tried to sneak it under the arm, but couldn't do so. That was only the second penalty shot attempt by a Bruin in playoff history. For the first, you have to go back to 1981 when Peter McNabb had a penalty shot in the playoffs. Again, they're showing the Bo Byram goal is second of the playoffs and just ramped off the stick of James Hagens. That's such a tough break for the kid. Such a tough break. Meanwhile, the Hurricanes are just absolutely, even though they're only up 1-0, they are running roughshod over the Sens right now. Just absolutely owning the Sens. Cavs, Raptors, that's on Prime. I'll just say this. Streaming services are getting out of hand. Sports should be available to everybody and you shouldn't have to pay a subscription to watch sports. If you want to pay cable, that's fine. But putting all these sports playoff games on streaming services, that's tough. You want to put some regular season games on them, fine. But every playoff game should not have to be on a streaming platform. Right now, the Sens are on a power play, though. Can they even this game up? Well, it's going to get even more interesting. Is going to get a 5-on-3 with 129 left. So that game got very interesting very quick. I will let you guys know. Now that I have all of you guys here, uh, I will not be streaming the Celtics Sixers game tomorrow. Kind of like a little bit of a break. So I'll be off that day. And probably won't be streaming on Sunday, just because I have a family get together and I want to be there for that. So we might not have another stream until probably next week, around like maybe Tuesday or something. So this will be the last live stream for about a few days or so. I was hoping that, I won the raffle and could get sweet tickets for games 3 and 4, and then I could do a vlog, but fortunately was not able to do that. And playoff tickets are just so pricey these days. Basically, it's almost $200 just to get in the building. Which is tough. It's tough. You've priced out the diehard fans. Really have. You priced out the diehard fans. So, game summary. 1-1 your score. Shots 21-15. Both teams over on the power play. Buffalo over 4. Bruins over 2. 29-26 lead in hits for the Sabres. Bruins ahead in the faceoff dot, though. 20-16. So, Bruins penalty kill doing its job. And they have been perfect so far in this series. Done a great job. Meanwhile, it looks like Carolina might just kill off a 5-on-3. Ottawa is struggling to generate offense. So, 20 minutes to decide it. And I hope it gets decided in 20 minutes. It's just been absolutely crazy. So, the Bruins' theme of the playoffs has been toughness and tradition. So, it's no surprise they went with one of the toughest and longest serving Patriots at being Logan Mankins, who was just an absolute warrior in the trenches for the Patriots as long as he was. It's just been a back and forth affair. Meanwhile, tomorrow, the Celtics will try to overcome their horrible shooting night in Game 2 as the Seton ships to the city of brotherly love. Game 3 tomorrow night. Yeah, no live stream for that, as I kind of need some time to relax and enjoy myself. Well, welcome everyone, as we have just hit the 2-hour mark on the live stream. So I'll thank all of you guys for joining us here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel and our coverage of Bruins playoff hockey. And if you're just joining us, Tanner Jeannot got the Bruins going with a goal in the second period. Actually, no, it was at the tail end of the first period. And then Bo Byram answered in the second. We are tied at 1. Both goaltenders have played exceptionally. So who is going to get that all-important next goal? Here's something else that I want to kind of mention. I kind of talked about this in a previous live stream, and I'll kind of finish talking about it. But good on the NHL for, even though they have national networks as well, good on them for allowing the local broadcasters to broadcast the first round. Because it's such a nice thing to have that familiarity. Like, if I wasn't watching or if I wasn't streaming, I would absolutely prefer to listen to Judd and Brick. Just like I would have hoped to listen to Drew and Scal for the Celtics, but the NBA decided that it's only national TV games from here on out. No local broadcasters, which stinks. As a matter of fact, I don't know if they have said why. So local broadcasters cannot show NBA playoff games because the league's new 11-year media rights deal with ESPN, NBC, and Amazon makes all postseason games exclusive to national partners. Well, they're trying to. So apparently, they're doing it to try to maximize revenue, and as if they don't have enough money. But that stinks, and it's for 11 years. So for 11 more years, we're not going to have local broadcasters do playoff games. I'm sorry, that's idiotic and that's shameful. They think that that's going to help viewership. It might, but it will certainly not help positivity from their fans. So game 5 confirmed for Tuesday at 7:30. And I'm going to be honest, I probably won't be streaming that game because last time we did a stream for that one, it was late I was tired afterwards, so. But teams are back out on the ice. They have switched ends. Bruins are going left to right. Sabres going right to left. And for Tanner Jeannot, that was his first career playoff goal. Bruins leading in block shots 12-5 right now. Laying their bodies on the line. All right. Teams are over the spoke B. We are back underway. Swayman bumps it over to Hampus Lindholm. Now a shot from the point goes wide. Lindholm try to find Elias Lindholm, but will go all the way through to Pasternak. Pasternak goes for a cross corner dump. Gigi trying to beat Dahlin to it, can't. Now Elias Lindholm trying to poke it off his stick, gets it back to the point to Hampus Lindholm. Shot through traffic, hit a bunch of players and goes up the wall. Lori keeps it in somehow. Pasternak gonna backhand feed one deep as Lindholm and Peak with a sandwich hit there. But here comes McLeod for the Sabres. Goes wide with it, pass across. Now Zucker with a shot, blocker saved by Swayman. McLeod. Shot from the point, that one deflected, but deflected wide. Lindholm gets caved in. And Lori's going to pick it up. Lori going to skate and dump it in. This one comes all the way around. Chipped in the middle, but just past Arvidsson's stick. Looking for him was Middlestat. McAvoy. Poked off his stick, but Aspero comes over to help. Tuck at the blue line. Zacha there to keep it. Now here comes Arvidsson. He's got Zacha breaking middle. Arvidsson going to try to float a backhand, but he floated it wide. Aspero. Backhands one all the way around. McAvoy over to get it. Chips it down further for Zacha. Zacha going to fling it all the way around. Middlestat picks it up. Into the middle for Arvidsson. A one-timer blocker saved by Lyon. McAvoy spins it around. Arvidsson's going to pick it up. Pass across. Was looking for Middlestat. Couldn't find him. Zacha. Arvidsson. Topped off his stick. One-handed down low. Good shift here from the second line. Byram picks it up. Backhands one over for Power. Just got it through a check. Now Tuck will rim it around. Ustadinov had to poke off his stick. This one back down low for Benson. This one the Bruins got knocked down. Ustadinov going to try to skate it out. Gets it over for Hagens. Hagens. Shot. Gloves saved by Lyon and no cover with 17:33 left. Come on, kid. Go get you one. And no, actually, now looking back at it, that Zucker shot, that ringed off the pipe. So the Bruins getting some help from the iron. Zucker nearly had his 10th career playoff goal. Face off in the Sabres zone, won by Buffalo. Greenway trying to skate it out and will get it into the Bruins zone. Zadorov sends it in the middle for Corrali. Now that one goes right through the crease. Now Jeannot, he broke his second stick of the game, I think. Kastelik back with it. Backhands one for Peak. Peak across for Zadorov. Up for Kastelik. That one gloved down by a Sabre. We're going to get, I don't know if it was an offside or a hand pass. If it's a hand pass, it'll be in the Sabre zone. And no, it's an offside. So faceoff will come out to center ice. 17:01 left in the third period. 1-1 your score between the Bruins and Sabres in Game 3. Lori gets some help as this one brought into the Sabres zone, but now the Sabres will pick it up. Here comes McLeod with some speed. Goes wide with it. Pass across, picked off by Elias Lindholm. Tried to give it to Pasternak, but he led him too far. Now Zucker. Over from McLeod. Couldn't get it past Elias Lindholm. Chips it up the wall. Pasternak tried to get over to Geeky, but he hit a skate. So this one goes past Swayman. Tuck. Just kind of threw an elbow at Lohrei. Shot saved by Swayman. This one comes up to the point. Byram going to rim it around. Hampus Lindholm tried to get it further. Puck stuck in some equipment. Now Byram into the middle for Doan. This one picked up by Tuck and a shot, and they score. Alex Tuck with the goal, and the Sabres have a 2-1 lead. And oh my God, Tuck elbowed Lohrei right in the face, and they didn't call it. That is a blatant elbow right to the face. So the Sabres have a 2-1 lead. Can the Bruins respond? It's been all Sabres here in the third period. Here they come again. So back up to the point. Shot saved by Swayman. Stanley. Now back behind the net. Aspro over to get it. Gets it up. Hustadinov. Tried to chip it around. The Sabre got upended, but Mitten able to get there. This one comes all the way around for Arvidsson. Arvidsson across. Try to find Aspro. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Flung it down low. Hustadinov. Gonna turn away. Gets it to Mitten. Mitten tried to get it down low for Arvidsson. Now this one will come back into the Bruins zone. McAvoy back for it. Flings one up. He's going to find Tanner Jeannot. Jeannot gets one in on Lyon. Kind of handcuffed him a little bit. Now Jeannot's going to pick it up. Zadorov let a shot go. That one deflected, and Lyon had to be ready for it. Back up top, Zadorov. Over for Peak. Peak shot. That one hit Dahlin's skate and goes up into the netting with 14:36 left. It was a nice deflection by Kastelik. Sent it the other way and almost snuck 5-hole on Lyon. Shots 24-19 in favor of Buffalo. But plenty of time for the Bruins. Face off won by the Sabres. This one chipped up and should go for an icing, and it will with 14:29 left. I don't know how Alex Tuck got away, but that was a blatant elbow to the jaw of Lohrei. Face off won by the Bruins in the Sabres zone. McAvoy try to get it across, and this one's going to come out. This one's sent over and delayed offside. And Bruins will tag up. Pass across. Nice tic-tac-toe passing. Here comes McLeod for the Sabres into the Bruins zone. Going to leave it behind. Morgan Geeky trying to provide some support. Gets it over to McAvoy. McAvoy. Cross for Pasternak. He'll just send it in deep. Bruins will get a change. Owen Power back for it. Power. Going to drop it for Tage Thompson. Thompson. Gets it over. Nice play by Zadorov to strip a Sabre with it. Arvidsson. Try to backhand across. Hit the skate of a teammate. Comes back to Peak. This one in the neutral zone, but the Sabres will get it right back and send it right back in. Peak. Versus it for Zadorov, but it's picked off, but Middlestat comes back to deal with it. Zadorov. Gonna let his team change. Now, had Doan right in front of him, had to wheel back. Lowry, though, gets it up. Now James Higgins will pick up the puck. Try to backhand feed, but turns it over. And the Sabres will try to get on it. Aspero. With a backhand feed, and Higgins will pick it up. He's got Fraser Minton. Try to get it to Hustadinov. Lyon will come out to play it, so that negates an icing. Minton battling with Stanley. Backhands out in front. Now Stanley going to rim it around. Mason Lowry has it. Lowry trying to keep it. Now Doan with a backhand feed is going to come out to neutral ice. Pasternak tried to get in, but lost his stick in the process. Now the Sabres will take over. Now they might have a 2-on-1. Shot by Greenway. That one rings off the pipe. Iron has denied the Sabres twice this period. Greenway. In the zone, pass across. That pass then cross seam got blocked. And the Sabres have to retreat into their own zone. Byram gets it over to Power. Power gets to the neutral zone, gets it over for Zucker. Zucker, cross ice feed. Quinn gets one right in on Swayman. He stops it. Dahlin, another one. That one blocked by Sean Corrali. Can the Bruins rush? Dump it in, chase after it. Might be going for a line change. Zucker gonna chip it in himself. Swayman comes out to stop it for Zadorov. Peak gets it up to Zacha. Zacha comes in with Kastelik. Back down low for Zacha. Gets it over for Janot. Janot in a puck battle. Now Tage Thompson comes out with some speed. Gets over to Krebs. Puts it behind the net for Zadorov. Zadorov backhands one up to the point. Stanley keeps it in for Buffalo. Now pass across for Thompson. Thompson able to spin off a Zadorov check. Middlestat in a battle with a couple Sabres. Arvidsson picks the pocket. Middlestat up for Arvidsson. One against the world right now. Trying to keep the puck. And the Sabres have it. Coming up on the halfway point of the third period. Mason Lowry back with it. Left the puck behind. Hampus Lindholm up the boards. Now that one picked off by Doan. Pass up top for Bynum. Pass across. Now Bynum gets it back and a shot goes wide as someone crashed into Swayman. And Owen Power is going to retreat. Bruins able to get a change. Power in on Swayman. He's going to glove and hold that. 9:26 left in the third period. Sabres with the 2-1 lead, I should say, on a goal from Alex Tuck. Mike Walsh here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me here for this presentation of Bruins playoff hockey. Bruins needing a goal with 9:26 left in the third. I don't know what it is with Boston sports teams and home games in the playoffs. But the Bruins have 9-26 and counting to change it. The Celtics did the same thing in game 2. I think I saw a stat that the Celtics following a win at home in game 1 were like 3-5 in game 2s, which is crazy. Let's see something. See if I can find something here. Yeah, Bruins are 33-34 at home in the playoffs since 2012 and 2013. It's astounding. It's absolutely astounding. But they have 9-26 to change it. How big was that save by Alex Lyon on the penalty shot against Victor Arvidsson now? Bruins win the faceoff defensive zone. Aspero tried to get up for Lindholm. Couldn't do it. Swayman has it. Protects. McAvoy tried to get it past Zucker. Get some help from Geeky. This one get rimmed around to Samuelson. Backhands one down low. So McLeod has to dig it out of the referee's skates. Now Morgan Geeky has it. Fires one cross ice to Pasternak. McAvoy picks it up. Got left down low as this one's going to come all the way back to Peak. And where you got a delayed penalty here against the Sabres, so the Bruins are going to go on the power play. Peak on a one-man rush. Stops up. Try to get it back up for Pasternak. And Sabres will touch up. 8:33 left. And the Bruins to the power play. It's going to be an interference call. It's going to be on Rasmus Dahlin. As it was a late hit on McAvoy. Genuinely a late hit. The puck was long gone. All right. Here's an opportunity. Bruins power play has not scored tonight, but they have had plenty of opportunities. Faceoff will be to the right of Lyon. The Sabres are going to win the faceoff. This one's going to come all the way down. McAvoy. Going to drop it for Lindholm. Comes up with Zacha. Over for Pasternak. Pasternak. Back for McAvoy. In the middle for Zacha. Over for Pasternak. Shot. Tried to sneak it 5-hole. Now the Sabres coming back the other way. Potential 2-on-1. Zacha's without a stick. McLeod. Shot. Tried to sneak it high on Swayman. McAvoy. Back for Zacha. Over for Lindholm. Lindholm's going to chase after it. Trying to win a puck battle. Power rims it around and out. Minute gone on the power play. 7:30 left in the period. Bruins chasing a tying goal. Hampus Lindholm. Gonna drop it back for Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson. Mitten puts it past Hagens. And Lindholm's going to have to regroup. And Bruins just can't get a clean entry right now. So here comes Fraser Mitten. Drops it for Victor Arvidsson. Across from Middlestat. He'll stop up. Try to get it back for Lindholm, but it got deflected. Here comes Alex Tuck, the goal scorer. Sends it in on Swayman. No cover. 6:45 left. It's Pasternak. Tried to sneak it 5-hole, but Lyon was ready for it. 13 seconds left on the penalty. And Sabres win the draw. But Bruins get a chance. McAvoy skated into the zone. Keeps it. Needs some help. Jeannot, though, wins a puck battle. Kaslik tried to let it go. Was blocked. Back to 5-on-5. McAvoy had to get past him. Potential 2-on-1 here for the Sabres. McAvoy, nice play on Tage Thompson. Jeannot gets up to Kaslik. 2-on-2 with Corrali. Trying to get around Stanley. Gets it over for Corrali. Back up to the point to Peak. Peak let his shot go. Deflected by Kaslik, but deflected wide. Benson up to neutral ice. Peak gets it. Peak gets in the zone. Got tripped up. And we're going to get another penalty here. And we are. It's going to be on Tage Thompson. So the Bruins back to the power play. .547 left. So I want to mention something while we're in commercial break. For those of you who know, I went to Emmanuel College in Boston. And our athletic team, the Emmanuel College Saints, were a Division III team. We played in the GNAC conference. And it was sad today to see one of the teams that we faced in the GNAC conference, at least while I was there. I don't know if they were still in it. But Anna Maria College will be shutting down at the end of the semester. So tough scene for all those students there. I wish them nothing but the best. It's not easy to watch your school get shut down. So I want to wish the very best to all the faculty, staff, students, alumni, and everybody from that school. Wishing you guys nothing but the best. So back from commercial, 5:47 left in the third period. Sabres with a penalty from Tage Thompson. So the Bruins will go back on the power play. Face off to the right of Lyon. Sabres will clear. Pavel Zacha will bring it in. Gets it over for Pasternak. Into the middle for Arvidsson. Try to sweep it through. Pasternak tried to sneak one in. And this one will come out to center. McAvoy. Arvidsson. Over for Geekie. Down low for Arvidsson. Trying to get around to Pasternak. Sweeps one up top for McAvoy. Pasternak. Shot. That one somehow doesn't hit anything. McAvoy keeps it for Zacha. Pasternak. That one blocked. So we're under 5 minutes left. 1:10 left on the power play. McAvoy back in. Arvidsson back. Pasternak. Across for Geekie. Saved by Lyon. Nice play by Zacha to keep it in. Geekie down low for Arvidsson. Over for Pasternak. Up top for Zacha. Gets it back to Pasternak. Nice move to keep it in. McAvoy. Pasternak. Couldn't control it. Back up top for McAvoy. Zacha. One-timer saved by Lyon. McAvoy again. Pasternak. McAvoy. Saved by Lyon. That one goes up and out. With 4:13 left in the period and 27 seconds left on the power play. See if power play unit number 2 can get it. Bruins with a timeout. Maybe just to keep their top power play unit out there. .413 left, 27 seconds left on the penalty. See if Bruins can pull a rabbit out of the hat. Face-off will be to the right of Lyon. Zacha's got to win this draw. He's going against McLeod. Zacha does win it. Arvidsson gets it back to McAvoy. Down low for Pasternak. In the middle for Arvidsson, and Lyon holds a post. McLeod, can he get it out? He can. One last rush on the power play. So Morgan Geekie will bring it in. It's going to rim it hard around the boards. McAvoy has it. Try to send it back around. Can Pasternak win a puck battle? No. Now here come the Sabres back. 3-on-2. Cross and a shot saved by Swayman, and he'll cover with 3:35 left. Another immediate timeout. So let's see. The Bruins can get one now. It's going to put a lot of pressure Sunday afternoon if they can't get this one. but they have plenty of time. 3:35 to be exact. It's just been tough. And there's something about Bruins and, backup or rookie goaltenders in the playoffs that just is crazy. Taking a look at it tonight, Sabres goals from Byram and Tuck, Bruins from Janot. I still don't know how Tuck doesn't get a penalty on that. It's elbow right to the face. Face off to the right of Swayman. It's a stalemate. Can the Bruins come out of the pack with it? Puck behind the net. Benson able to get it up for Byram. Byram sends it down low for Hampus Lindholm. It comes out the other side, and Swayman holds the post on a wraparound attempt. Now Kaslik going to try to skate it out. Find Elias Lindholm. Now Kaslik's going to pick it off. Get nudged off the puck and crunched by Rasmus Dahlin. Andrew Peak comes over. Peak back for it. Try to get it past Tuck, but he couldn't do so. Hampus Lindholm will reverse it back to Peak. Now back for Hampus Lindholm. Up for Fraser Minton. Minton up for Middlestat. Kind of fanned on it, but Peak's going to pick it up. Peak going to send it back down low. Hustadinov tried to find Minton in front, but it got poked away at the last moment. Here come the Sabres. One against the world. This one poked free. Middlestat up the boards. Minton into the middle for Hustadinov. Hustadinov going to send it in. Going to try to get around a Sabre. Now we'll reverse it back the other way. Zacha had it poked off. Hustadinov trying to win it free. Trying to get it to Geeky. Zacha tried to get it back up to the point. Battling for it here. Hampus Lindholm had it poked past him. And McAvoy's going to get him back to get it. Shrugs off a check. McAvoy across for Pasternak. Pasternak shot blocked. Swayman to the bench. This one's going to get sent all the way down. Arvidsson, the extra skater off the bench. So this one gets floated wide and reversed and into the net. Oslin will get the empty net goal with 1:24 left, and the Sabres have taken a 3-1 lead. So bounced right to Oslin, and Pasternak tried to save it, and he couldn't. Almost kept it out with his right leg, but he couldn't do so. So, a minute 24 left. Time is not on the Bruins' favor. McAvoy's going to bring it up, and Swayman's going to head to the bench. Geeky, Zacha, going to rim it all the way around to McAvoy. McAvoy gets it to Pasternak. Down low for Zacha. That one squeaked through. Comes right back to Pasternak. Going to send it all the way around. It's going to come out into center ice. McAvoy gets it over for Geeky. Geeky going to send it in. Arvidsson's going to pick it up. Back for Pasternak. Across. Geeky. I don't know if Lion got a piece of that or not. Arvidsson, Geeky, saved by Lion. He did get that one. Pasternak trying to get it back to McAvoy. It's picked off. McAvoy has it. Quick up for Zacha. Zacha going to send it in on Lion. He's going to glove it down and picked it up for Dahlin. Dahlin going to send it down. It's going to go past Hampus Lindholm with 12 seconds left. So Buffalo is going to come in to Boston and take Game 3. The Bruins face a pretty important game Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Shots right now 28-25. Face off won by the Bruins. Hampus Lindholm. Shot almost squeaked through. Lions got it. With 8.5 left. This is just a tough one. So I think there might be some lineup changes. For Marco Sturm. We'll be interested to see. But either way, the Bruins had a 1-0 lead. They've had the lead in all 3 games this series, but still find themselves down 2-1. Mark Castle got a roughing penalty for his efforts. Final seconds will tick down, and the Sabres will take a 2-1 series lead behind a brilliant goaltending performance by Alex Lyon. Your final score, Sabres 3, Bruins 1. We will say goodnight. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the live stream. Again, make sure you are subscribed and have the notification bell set so you can find out when new live streams will be coming out. Again, your final score for TD Garden, Sabres 3, Bruins 1. This has been Bruins Playoff Hockey right here